New York subway, the underground revolution. Engaging, deep tone. Beneath the streets of the city that never sleeps lies a world of tunnels, tracks, and history. This is the story of the New York City subway, one of the greatest engineering marvels of the modern world. The need for an underground transit system. Opening shot, black and white images of 19th century NYC, horse-drawn carriages, and congested streets. In the late 1800s, New York City was drowning in chaos. Horse-drawn carriages, streetcars, and pedestrians competed for space in the overcrowded streets. As the city's population soared past 1 million, the need for a faster, more efficient transportation system became urgent. Crowded streets with early traffic jams. The solution? A radical idea to build an underground railway beneath the bustling metropolis. The subway, early 1900s. Vintage footage of early subway construction, workers digging tunnels. Narrator, in 1900, construction began on what would become one of the most ambitious infrastructure projects in American history. Thousands of laborers, many of them immigrants, toiled underground, carving through bedrock with little more than picks, shovels, and determination. Photos of workers, construction sites, and blueprints of the subway. 3 years later, on October 27, 1904, New Yorkers lined up to experience the city's first underground train ride. For just 5 cents, passengers could travel from City Hall to Harlem in record time. Reenactment or animation of the first train ride. Excited. The subway was an instant success, carrying over 150,000 passengers on its first day. Expansion in the Golden Age, 1920s, 1950s. Montage of subway extensions, new lines opening. As the city grew, so did its subway system. By the 1920s, new lines stretched into Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx. Art Deco stations, mosaic tile work, and grand entrances made the subway more than just a means of transport. It was a symbol of progress. Archival footage of subway ads, people reading newspapers on the train. By the 1940s and 50s, the subway was carrying millions daily. It was the lifeline of New York, connecting workers, dreamers, and immigrants to every corner of the city. Decline in crime in the subway, 1970s to 1980s. Dark, grainy footage of graffiti-covered subway cars, news reports of crime. But by the 1970s, the subway was in trouble. Budget cuts, rising crime, and neglect turned the once proud system into a symbol of urban decay. Graffiti covered every inch of train cars, and riders feared for their safety. Archival news clips, reports on subway crimes, empty stations at night. Ridership declined, and some wondered if New York subway had reached the end of the line. Scene 5. The Comeback, 1990s present. Modern shots of clean subway stations, MTA workers fixing tracks. But New York is a city of resilience. In the 1990s, major reforms brought new investment into the subway. Security was tightened, graffiti was erased, and modern technology transformed how the system operated. Time-lapse. Subway train arriving, passengers entering with Metro cards. Today, with over 400 stations and nearly 250 miles of track, the New York subway remains one of the largest and busiest transit systems in the world. Visual, subway maps, digital ticketing systems, MTA workers monitoring stations. From wooden cars to high-speed trains, from tokens to digital passes, the subway has evolved just as New York City has. The future of the subway. Animated graphics of proposed subway extensions, new train models. As we look ahead, new challenges remain. Aging infrastructure, rising costs, and climate change threaten the system's future. But New Yorkers, like their subway, keep moving forward. More than just a transportation network, the New York subway is a living, breathing part of the city's history. And as long as New York stands, the subway will keep running. If you enjoyed this documentary, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories from history. What's your favorite part of the NYC subway? Let us know in the comments.